Hello, moviegoers, and welcome to another edition of Have You Seen It? I am your host, Denise, and this week I am introducing yet another new segment to our show. This segment is called An Oldie but Goodie, and in this segment I choose a movie from my vast collection, as you can see behind me, a movie that has stuck with me, or maybe it's just a movie that was just so good for its time or whatever, and I just love the movie so much that I want to review it. So this new segment won't have a Nailed It, and it won't have a My Favorite Actor. I'm just going to talk about this specific movie and why this movie has stuck with me for so long. So in our first segment, the movie that I'm going to review, my oldie but goodie, is Summer of 42. Wow, this movie, first of all, was released in April 1971. And I was a very young child in 1971. It's got a running time of an hour, 43 minutes. Now, when this movie came out, I don't recall my parents taking me to the theater to see it. I probably saw it as a rerun. I just can't recollect the first time I saw it. But when I did see it, it just blew me away. So this movie is set in the summer of 42, World War II, and it's set in a New England beach town. And you've got our main characters are three best friends, Oski, Hermie, and Benji, and they're spending the summer in the New England town, but they're kind of bored and just kind of doing goofy teenage things and spending a lot of time at the beach. So they're like 15, 16 years old. And so they were doing things that 15, 16-year-old boys do in 1942. Well, in this movie, there is a young woman who is married to a gentleman who is going off to war. And so the first time that the three best friends see her, she's kind of enjoying herself at the beach with her husband, and you can tell that they are, very, very much in love. But Hermie is instantly fixated on this gorgeous woman played by Jennifer O'Neill. Gorgeous woman, and he is just mesmerized by everything about her. And so each time that he sees her on the island, with her husband, he's just, awestruck. So fast forward, the husband is called to duty and he does go off to the war, and Hermie witnesses their goodbye. So he sees that, wow, this is a sad time for this lady. And so during the summer, when the guys are just kind of goofing around in their off time, Oski, who seems to be the older of the trio, is just determined to get laid that summer by some young girl. And he wants his, two best friends, hey, we got to get laid this summer. There's girls out there and they need to be laid and we need to be doing the laying. And so Oski has an older brother who has given him a few tips about, how you proceed when you want to get with a girl. So the three of them, they read books, they take notes. So it's really kind of funny how they are trying to plan how they're going to lay some innocent girl this summer. However, Hermie has a, encounter with this woman that he is just fixated on. And in that encounter, she's very nice to him. He helps her carry her groceries home, and she's very pleasant and offers him coffee and so forth. So at this point, Hermie's thinking, I'm 15, but I'm acting like I'm much older. And it's a very awkward, kind of innocent situation. Well, that encounter turns into another meeting. Very innocent on the part of the woman and Hermie. But you fast forward and the woman gets some bad news. And it's from the war. And so her husband has been killed. And Hermie comes to her house for a meeting of some other sort, but notices something's wrong. She doesn't answer the door, blah, blah, blah. He goes in, notices things are a little strange, a little weird. And he reads the Western Union telegram that she received. So he knows what's going on. And this woman is grief-stricken. Grief-stricken, but in a zombie-like state. And so no words are spoken between this beautiful woman and this young boy. And she seduces him. But again, I am just grief-stricken and I just want somebody to hold me right now and just make me feel better? Or in the back of her mind, does she realize that Hermie does kind of like me? This is my chance to make this seem okay in my mind. Fast forward, they spend the night together. No words are spoken. Just nothing more than I'm sorry, something like that. Next day, girlfriend is gone. Leaves him a note. It was nice meeting you. What happened last night was very interesting, and he will never see her again. You talk about, I'm seeing this movie and I'm like, why did it sit with me all this time? Well, one, since I saw that movie, I've always wanted to spend time in a cottage in New England in the summertime. That movie did that for me. And then the second thing is, in this movie, she was supposed to be like 22 and he was 15. We assume that Hermie never spoke of this encounter, but fast forward to today. Could Dorothy get away with that? I think not. Okay. So I just remember thinking, why would an adult have sex with a teenage boy? And who knows? But that is my oldie but goodie. And if you decide to check this movie out, the scene in the drugstore where Hermie goes to purchase his rubbers is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So that is my oldie but goodie. And I will do this periodically. So I hope you enjoyed this segment. So remember, folks, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please make sure you hit that like button. And remember, we are available on BlueSky at HYSI. Until next week, moviegoers, you know what to do. I need you to see a movie because I'm going to see a movie. Until next week, bye-bye.